Seatbelts, everyone! Please let this be a normal field trip with a friend. No way!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you see the push in the neighborhood, surfing on the Steinway, swinging through the stars. Take a left at Jumi Destin, take your second right past Mars on the Magic School Bus. Navigator nostril, climb on the Magic School Bus, make a plane turn two. On our Magic School Bus, drop the river of lava on Magic School Bus. Such a fine thing to do. So strap your bones right to the seat. Come on in and don't be shy. Just to make your day complete. You might get baked into a pie on the Magic School Bus. Step inside, it's a wilder ride. Come on, ride on the Magic School Bus.
Good morning, class. What a ride! But so, what's new? Listen, with the frizz around, things happen that couldn't happen in a million years. Like that! Not. But I'm sure you can tell the difference between what's real and what's not. So, click around and see what happens. And if you need help, click on me, Liz. That's what I'm here for. Now, everybody ready? Prepare for blast off!
Wow! Here's my permission slip. Aren't you guys ready yet?
Click around. There's plenty to see. See those reports on the wall? If you want to choose one, just click on it. Click on the bus and you're out of here. Zoom! Straight into outer space. If you want to quit playing, just click on the school bell.
Hello there and welcome to MSB TV. As a producer on this project, I just want one thing to be very clearly understood. Do not attempt this trip on your own school bus. Well then, to find out why, just tune into any of our 3 stations. Attaching rockets to your school bus will upset your teacher, the school principal, and your parents. Besides, it won't get you into orbit anyway. An ordinary bus cannot travel in outer space, and you can only become an astronaut with years of special training. Even if you could land on a planet with a school bus, you would not see things like Elvis flying by Pluto or Jupiter's moons dancing the conga. I mean, these things really don't happen. Except when Ms. Frizzle's around. Space travel could make you miss dinner with your family for the rest of your childhood. Even if a school bus could go to outer space, it could never travel through the entire solar system in one day. It would take years for the Voyager space probes to do that. On the other hand, if a red-haired teacher in a weird dress shows up at your school, start packing.
Saturn at a glance. Why I want to go to Saturn. Cool facts about Saturn.
Why did they name it Saturn? Why did they name it Saturn? Why did they name it Saturn? It had a nice ring to it, and so does my name. Oh, thank you very much.
Saturn is the second largest planet and the 6th planet from the Sun. The coolest thing about Saturn is its rings, made up of millions of chunks of ice and rock. Saturn has the most moons of any planet, at least 18. It looks like Saturn has just one flat ring that you can skateboard around. But actually, it has several separate rings and thousands of ringlets close together. They're made out of ice particles or boulders, some as big as the school bus. Saturn is mostly gas and not very dense. In fact, Saturn will float on water. The truth is, no one can land on Saturn.
Jupiter at a glance. Why I want to go to Jupiter. Cool facts about Jupiter.
Hiya! How do we know Jupiter's the biggest planet? Because it takes up the most outer space!
Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system, about 1.5 times the size of all the other planets put together, and it has at least 16 moons. According to my research, Voyager spacecraft also discovered faint rings made of dust. I think Jupiter is the most impressive of the 4 gas giants. The red spot on Jupiter is actually a huge storm that moves across the planet. This giant hurricane is as big as 3 Earths. The red spot on Jupiter is actually a huge storm that moves across the planet. This giant hurricane is as big as 3 Earths. One of Jupiter's largest moons, Io, is the only moon in the solar system known to have active volcanoes. I want to go to Io to see some of these volcanoes. I want to visit Jupiter's 4 Galilean moons, Ganymede, Io, Europa, and Callisto. They are called the Galilean moons because they were discovered by Galileo a long time ago.
Mars at a glance. Why, I want to go to Mars. Cool facts about Mars. Mars has humongous volcanoes, which would cover parts of Washington, Southern California, and Nevada if they were on Earth. The Viking spaceships landed on Mars and took pictures of the surface. This was the very first time a spacecraft had landed on a planet. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun, and the next one out from Earth. I want to see Phobos and Deimos. They're the two little potato-shaped moons, named for fear and panic. I want to go to Mars to see if there really are any Martians. I've seen movies about little green men, but Miss Frizzle says in science fiction, all that stuff is just made up. Mars has the longest canyon in the whole solar system. It is called the Valles Marineris. It looks like a long scar and would cover a big part of America. Mars used to have lots of rivers and atmosphere, but now the rivers are just dry canyons and riverbeds. And the Martian atmosphere was lost millions of years ago.
Hey, how do they like their potatoes on Mars? Marshed! I don't write them, I just read them.
Venus at a glance. Why I want to go to Venus. Cool facts about Venus. Venus is the closest planet to the Earth and is almost the same size. Venus is so beautiful, it was named for the Roman goddess of beauty. Venus is the only planet named after a woman. Scientists used to call Venus Earth's twin, but it's nothing like Earth. For one thing, it's very, very hot all the time. Hot enough to burn cookies and even melt lead. It would be fun to see a block of lead turn into a little puddle. One reason I wouldn't want to go to Venus is that the yellow clouds would burn my nose. The atmosphere is made up almost entirely of sulfuric acid. Venus is very hot because the atmosphere keeps the heat in. This is called the greenhouse effect.
C'était Vénus, Mercure,
Mercury at a glance. Why I want to go to Mercury. Cool facts about Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. Mercury is the second smallest planet. If the Sun were the size of a basketball, Mercury would be no bigger than a tip of a ballpoint pen. Mercury has lots of craters. That's because it has all the meteors before they crash. And because there's no weather to rub away the surface and make them disappear like there is on Earth. You couldn't have much of a party on Mercury. If you cut a ball out of Mercury's atmosphere 4 miles in diameter, there would barely be enough helium to fill a balloon. I like to stand in the right place on Mercury to see the sun rise and set twice in one day. I get a lot more birthdays on Mercury, 4 every year. That's one every 88 days, the time it takes Mercury to circle the sun. The moon at a glance. Why I want to go to the moon. Cool facts about the moon. The moon is the only place besides Earth that people have visited. At my old school, my teacher said people could live on the moon if we brought our own water, food, air, and shelter. Maybe we could even plant a flower.
Why did the cow jump over the moon? To get to the other side.
The moon orbits the Earth and looks like the biggest thing in the sky, because it is the closest. The moon seems to change shape because we see different parts of the moon's lighted side as it moves around the Earth. The moon is made out of rock and is covered with craters. The oldest moon rocks show that the moon is about the same age as the rest of the solar system.
I was strolling on the moon one day in the merry, merry month of December. Now, May's the month. May, that's right. May is the year of the month. No, dadgummit.
Jack Schmidt having a few problems.
That's beautiful. This has got to be one of the most proud moments of my life, I guarantee you. 3, 2, 1, ignition. Right away, Houston. Vector good. Ag thought.
I'd like to leave my footprints on the moon. They'd be there for billions of years in the dust called regolith, because there's no wind to disturb them.
Moon masculine. Neptune.
Neptune at a glance. Why, I want to go to Neptune. Cool facts about Neptune.
Hey, what do they like in their sandwiches on Neptune? Neptuna fish, of course, you knew it. Dolphin free.
Neptune is named for the Roman god of the seas. The Great Dark Spot is a hurricane that circles Neptune. The spot is as big as our whole Earth. In 1994, it disappeared, but it might come back again, like storms usually do. wish I'd been on Voyager 2. It wasn't supposed to last for more than 5 years, but it's gone all the way to Neptune in 12 years and is still out there somewhere. Voyager 2 took pictures of Neptune and its moon Triton, the moon that rotates backward. Triton is one of Neptune's moons. It has geysers that shoot out liquid nitrogen.
On était sur Neptune.
Uranus at a glance. Why I want to go to Uranus. Cool facts about Uranus. Uranus has at least 15 moons, like Oberon, Titania, Umbriel, Ariel, and Miranda. Miranda looks weird, as if it had been broken apart and put back together again. Uranus is tilted so much that it looks like it's rolling along its orbit. Uranus is blue like Neptune, but without the spot. The rings around Uranus are a dark gray color. They appear to surround the planet, rather than make a line across the middle like the rings of Saturn. That's because of the way the planet is tilted in its path around the Sun. I like to visit Uranus because summer lasts 21 years. Too bad Uranus doesn't have any beaches.
Là, on était sur Uranus. Uranus, là.
Earth at a glance. Why I like to live on Earth. Cool facts about Earth.
Why is it useless to talk to the Earth on January 1st? It goes in one year and out the other.
Earth looks similar to another moon from our moon. The gravitational pull of the moon helps cause the tides. Earth has lots of clouds and weather. When clouds swirl round and round in a storm, it's called a hurricane or a typhoon. The Earth is the best planet in the solar system because people and plants can live there. The Earth spins on its axis every 24 hours. That's what makes our days. When the side we're on tilts toward the sun, it's daytime. When it turns away from the sun, it's nighttime.
The solar system at a glance. Exploring the solar system. Cool facts about the sun. asteroid belt is an area between the inner and outer planets where thousands of asteroids circle the sun. Though it seems like it would be hard to fly through it without running into one, it's actually quite easy since the asteroids are usually hundreds of thousands of miles apart. The sun is at the center of the solar system and gives the planets light and heat. Meteoroids are probably small pieces of asteroids. Asteroids are chunks of rock, metal, and ice. They can be smaller than a grain of sand or many miles across. Comets are balls of ice, gas, and dust, like dirty snowballs streaking through space. Without the sun, there would be no life on Earth. No clouds, or no rain either. Without the sun, Earth would be extremely dark. The solar system is our planetary neighborhood and is part of the Milky Way galaxy. The solar system is the sun and everything that orbits around it, including our 9 planets, their moons, the asteroids, and comets. Gravity keeps the planets in their orbits around the sun. At the center of the sun, the temperature is about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. The sun is so huge, it heats planets that are millions of miles away. The sun is a huge glowing ball of gases at the center of our solar system. More than 1 million Earths could fit inside it.
Why is the sun so bright? Because it always pays attention in class and does its homework.
Sun.
Pluto at a glance. Why I want to go to Pluto. Cool facts about Pluto. Scientists don't even know for sure what Pluto looks like, but they know Pluto and its moon Charon are about the same size.
Where do you look in the newspaper when a planet dies? The obituary. Get it? Orbit, planet, orbit. Yeah.
Pluto is usually the 9th planet from the Sun, but sometimes it's the 8th when its orbit crosses Neptune's orbit. Pluto is so far away that the Sun would look like a star from there. I'd like to be the first person to go to Pluto. It's the only planet that no spacecraft from Earth has ever visited. On Pluto, I'd be light as a bird, and a bird would be light as a feather. That's because Pluto is so small and light, it doesn't have much gravity. Pluto is at the outside edge of our solar system, the last planet before the stars. Pluto and its moon Charon are geosynchronous. That means Charon orbits at the same speed that Pluto spins.
Where are we going anyway?
To the planetarium.
Couldn't we watch a film strip instead?
Hey, Bus, your stuff.
This bus just grew wings.
This isn't the planetarium.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Where's the freeze? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
Wahoo! It's beautiful out here. Come and find me. Just play the games on the planets and moons and win tokens. With each token you find, I'll give you a clue. But you only get 3. If you think you figured out where I am, use the Frizz Finder to call me. If it's closed, use another token to open it. See you soon on some planet or moon.
Le tuto? Est-ce que tu veux jouer au tuto? Alors, on va aller sur une planète.
Go ahead, use the space bar to jump. Run left or right by pressing on the arrow keys. Click on the what's it if you want to quit for now. You can try again later. Take a break.
The 4 biggest moons here are called the Galilean moons. They're named for the man who found them, that world-famous astronomer, Galileo. The 4 biggest moons here are called the Galilean moons. They're named for the man who found them, that world-famous astronomer, Galileo. One of this planet's moons, Io, is the only known moon in the solar system that has active volcanoes. Ooh, I'm keeping my eyes peeled for lava. One of this planet's moons, Io, is the only known moon in the solar system that has active volcanoes. Ooh, I'm keeping my eyes peeled for lava. This is the biggest planet in the solar system. It's humongous. This This is the biggest planet in the solar system. It's humongous. Took a chance and won! Woo-hoo! Wasn't that an adventure, class? Let's go back to the classroom and